Hello, hello. As always, we'll start in a little bit. I'm just still getting set up and drinking the last of my horchata. So yeah, we'll start in a minute. Woo! Bear stream. Hey, C May. Hee Becam. Yeah, we'll get started in a bit. The first part is just gonna be a bit of studying, and then we'll get into the tarot card readings. Hey, Mega Bronson. Hello, hello. I just finished my horchata. Alright, I finished my horchata. It is flu season. I haven't gotten my flu shot yet, so maybe that's something that I should do. But yeah, since I finished my drinky, let's go ahead and let's start off with my Zatsu screen. My just chatting. Hee. I like seeing the chat like to my left over here, right? It would be to my left. But yeah, it is flu season, so stay careful, everyone. Get those flu shots if you're able to. I just keep forgetting. It's not that I'm not able to. It's that I keep forgetting to like go get it. I also haven't been sick in a while, so I feel like that I should not I should get sick, but I should get the flu shot, because wouldn't that make me more like or like me not being sick in a while? Doesn't that make me a little bit more susceptible to it? Yeah, and I don't want to be sick anytime soon. Not for the holidays, not for my birthday, not for nothing. So yeah, maybe soon, Yeah, how are y'all doing? So for today, I'm thinking there's definitely gonna be tarot readings, but last time we didn't have that many people that wanted a reading, so I'm thinking not before Comic Frontier. Oh no, yeah, not before. How are you feeling, C-May, since you mentioned flu season? Hopefully you're feeling okay. I know that lots of people have been getting sick lately, like just all over the place. So hopefully you're feeling okay. Not before Comic Frontier. Oh no, runny nose, ear hurt. Oh no. Yeah, that kind of sounds like the flu. Hopefully you're getting some rest. Hopefully you're watching this from bed. But as a lot of people say, make sure you're drinking lots of liquids, including like soup. Soup is a good way to get those liquids in, because I am no like doctor or bio person. Hey Rochambeau, hello, thanks for joining. We're just chatting a little bit before we get started, but yeah, I'm not a doctor or nothing, but I hear that the reason why everyone says to like drink a lot of liquids is not just to stay hydrated, but because like all the bad stuff, your white blood cells are fighting all the bad stuff, right, in your body. All of the waste, I believe, goes into your like bloodstream and then into your urine. So once you expel it, you get all the bad stuff out. But I don't know, like I said, I'm not a doctor. That could be radically incorrect. All I know is that having good hydration helps you, right? Whoa, stream elements, you're a little late there. I got sick leave twice already. I'm too stubborn for another leave. Oh no. Am I wrong, Rochambeau? Feel free to correct me. But yeah, so here's the plan for today. Here's the plan. As soon as I get into the flow of things, before I do my tarot card readings, I want to do a little bit of studying, a little bit of both chatting and studying, because right before today's stream, I on my YouTube For You page, I started getting a whole bunch of tarot videos, and this one dude, I don't think I have it anymore. He has been he's just been posting these videos lately too, but it's like tarot, how to interpret the cards, and there's loads of videos like that. There's loads of videos of like how to interpret the tarot cards, but he has a nice, like, it's kind of like a nice format where he goes over like the major arcana followed by like the minor arcana and like the different suits. So that's been helping me because I'm still a little bit out of practice. So I've been kind of studying that. We're not going to be watching those videos together just yet, but what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of a Quizlet for myself. But just quiz myself on the meaning of certain tarot cards. They're called the Major Arcana. And then maybe, because I've been able to watch YouTube videos with you guys. Like yesterday when we played Refined Self, I was able to watch that one Vocaloid video with you all, and I thought I would get like some kind of strike or some kind of like, like you gotta mute this or you gotta take this out of your video. But I didn't. Like my VOD on Twitch is still up. I uploaded the VOD on YouTube, and it did say like copyright, like the YouTube knows that I'm using that. YouTube knows that I'm using, that footage, but I didn't get dinged for it. I think it's because it's now like a big American studio. Because it's not like a big American studio. Yeah, we survived the DMCA. We did it. We did it, everybody. So maybe I can watch the tarot card videos with you all, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'll at least show you guys the name of the YouTuber I'm talking about. But yeah, with that said, I kind of want to quiz myself. Unless you guys want to chat about any of the stuff in that box next to me, but if not, I found a Quizlet. I haven't used Quizlet in a while, but I'll join tarot in a bit. I'm going to cut some fruit. Yeah, go cut some fruit. Is that I have to make the joke. Is that like you just got into an argument with someone and instead of like the Filipino parent thing or the Asian parent thing where like instead of apologizing you just cut fruit? Or is it just a little treat, a nice little treat for yourself? Yeah, persimmon? Oh my god, I forgot to ask I visited my mom today. I visited my parents. I wanted to ask her, like, have I eaten a papaya when I was little? I forgot. Yeah, just ship that persimmon over to me and Beans' place and we'll have some. Yeah. Let me see if I can set up the little Quizlet that I had. It's a quiz to test me on the Major Arcana. For those not too super familiar with tarot, let me see if I can, You have one left? Oh, man. Nah, we can get our own. I'm on my way! You heard the beans. And a guava. I've had guava. I like guava. And I like guava-flavored drinks, too. I like that a lot. I'm gonna switch over to another screen. See if this works properly. Okay, let's see which browser this is. This one. Okay. There we go. See, I found this Quizlet of like it's a quiz on like the different tarot meanings. For those not too familiar with I was gonna say Persona because Persona like popularized it. But with tarot, it's a deck of 78 cards. What is this? 22 of them? 22 of them, I want to say, are what's called Major Arcana, and they're just cards with certain meanings ascribed to. They all have meanings, but like when you see the card, it just says the Fool. You know what? I'm on the browser. I'm sharing the browser with you all, so I might as well. Major Arcana. Yeah, it's cards like these that like they have this imagery, they have a title, and all of that. So that's called the Major Arcana. You might see it in like certain pieces of media or video games. Like I think Persona is one of the big ones, right? Where like the Major Arcana represent like your relationships and whatnot with other people. And then there's the rest of the cards are called Minor Arcana. And those are divided into 4 suits, kind of like playing cards, like, the hearts, diamonds, other... I'm blanking on them. Yeah, wait, diamonds, clovers, spades, and hearts. So, there's that, but instead it is... do I have a good picture? I don't think there's a really great picture here. Oh, this is actually a pretty good picture. You have the the pentacles, the cups, the swords, and the wands. Those are the 4 suits. And then they number from 1 to 10. So there's like the Ace of Wands and the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, all the way up to the 10 of Wands. And then there's what's called the court cards. So that's like the page of, kind of like in a playing deck, you have the Jack, the Queen, and the King. In tarot, it's the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So there's 4 of each of that. So like the page of wands, the king of wands, the queen of wands, that kind of stuff. So whenever you draw a card like that, it's a pretty like straightforward reading. Like if you know the symbolism and the meaning of the card, you just kind of read it straightforwardly. If you draw a major arcana card, like the ones that I was showing earlier, come on, like these, it's supposed to kind of be major. How do you do tarot? That's what I'm teaching right now, friend. So I'm gonna like quiz myself. I'm just gonna use this Quizlet that I found via Google on how to learn the meanings of the card. But basically, yeah, to do tarot, Rochambeau, to do tarot, basically you just have to learn the meanings of all the cards, and it's a 78 card deck. So, but not only that, each of the cards also has a meaning if it's right side up and upside down. So it's 78 cards, but it's also a total of, I'm so bad at math, what's 78 times 2? 78 times 2, what is it? Wait, that's not what huh? 156. So that's 156 different meanings that you kind of have to memorize. So I realized that was RX78. That's why that showed up like that. So yeah, that's why like when you first learn tarot, it's a bit overwhelming. That's why I'm kind of walking it through with you. But first, for the first like 30 minutes or so, I'm just gonna study. You guys can study along with me. And then after that, I want to pull the Gundam card. Well, you're in luck, friend. There's probably like a Gundam deck. There's like a deck for everything. Like, I am really excited if there's gonna be like a Cyberpunk deck, because Cyberpunk 77 has like tarot, like graffiti that you have to find. But it doesn't have all the cards, it just has the major arcana. So I'd be super down for like a Cyberpunk deck. I have you really like the tarot graffiti in Cyberpunk? But what about the DLC? It has more cards, but it's not all of them. That's the sad part. But if you want a quick preview before I study Rochambeau, this is what my tarot screen looks like. I haven't opened up the queue. So when I do start, oh, I didn't even turn my light on. But when I start, come on. The light is still off, so that's why it's a little purple. Come on. Okay. This is the deck that I use. It's called the Tarot of the Divine. Oh no, the box is getting some wear and tear. The Tarot of the Divine, the theme for this one is that it's like the 156 meanings that I just told you, but it's also kind of combined with folklore from all around the world. So, you know, this is the Three of Swords, but it's associated with, I'm going to assume this is the story of the Crane Woman from Japan. This is like the coyote from Native American stories. This is, I forgot the name, but this is the Knight of Coins, and it's associated with the African, like a folk tale from Africa. Oh, my camera froze. No. The Hierophant, this is like a Native American imagery. So, like, in addition to knowing all of the meanings of the cards, or trying your best to know all the meanings of the cards, you also have to associate it with whatever the tale is, or whatever the folklore is. And I have more than one deck, so I can show you those. Finding the tarot cards in Cyberpunk is always a trip. Yeah, Kiano always has something to say. He does. I'll show you some of my other decks as well. Or maybe just 2. I have a total of 4, but I don't want to show the 4th one for now. It's very important to me. I'm going to turn on the light for this one. Prepare your eyes. 3, 2, 1. There you go. This is my vaporwave deck. So it's, you know, it's a tarot deck, but it's based off like vaporwave aesthetic. So this is my Chariot card in tradition. Yeah, flashbang. Sorry about that. In traditional tarot cards, the Chariot is usually depicted as a chariot, but here, because it's vaporwave, it has like this really fast car, right? So that's the cool thing about tarot, is that there's a lot of different decks, because like you can apply a lot of different things to tarot. It has like that many I don't, it's that flexible with its imagery. So this is one of my favorites. Temperance, Six of Swords, Death. This is a pretty creative one too, because Death is essentially, I think it's either a black hole or a nebula. No, not a nebula. It could be either, because a black hole represents the end and a nebula represents the beginning of a star's, you know, life cycle. So yeah. And then I have a very simplistic one. I have a very simplistic deck that I actually don't use that often, because I still need to familiarize myself. Sorry, I'm just putting it in my drawer. I still need to familiarize myself with the symbolism. But it's this one. It's called Tarot Nova. It's very small, as you can see. Also, I just got my nails done by my mom. Hello, Magic Meyer channel, or a CH. Hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm just showing off my decks, and then we're gonna do a little bit of studying, and then I'll take some tarot reading requests. But right now the queue is not open, so feel free to stick around, or feel free to come back. You see Bye Bye-in? Yes, I do have Bye Bye-in over here. I can read it too, but it'll be a little slow. But this is my Tarot Nova deck. Like I said, I don't use this one a lot, but I bought it because the imagery kind of reminds me of like... It's a little nostalgic. My camera keeps hanging. I'm not too sure why. Is it good now? Okay. The imagery reminds me of like storybooks from like elementary school. You know? So... but I don't use this one that much. I feel like I still have to familiarize myself with the meanings. And that's another thing, and Magic Meyer, if you're wondering why I'm explaining all of this, someone in the chat had asked like how to do tarot, right? So I'm just kind of giving like a quick introduction of like how and what tarot really is. Not really is, but like my interpretation of it. So yeah, those are some of the decks that I have. You said you see Bye Bye-in. Let me try reading it. I can write it? Let's see if I can read it. The thing is, I just don't know where the start is, so we can just start from here. Matatag. This is G with the X, so matatag. The only thing is, I don't speak Tagalog, so like, you guys are gonna have to like translate for me if you know it. Matatag. This one can either be po or pu. Po. Yeah, po a? Puan? It's either poan or puan. Like upuan? Like chair? And then this, what does this say? I have to unfurl it. Ang? Ang? Puan. Wait, so matatag puan. Ang. Like I said, I don't know what's the beginning or what's the end. Tun. What is this? Tuay? No, tun. Huh? Tunay? Or tonay? Tunay? Tunay. Yeah, tunay. Na. Ka. Kaligaha. No, Kaligayahan. Kaligayahan? Oh, matagpuan is you'll find? Okay. So matagpuan ang? No, wait. Yeah, matagpuan ang tunay. Is it tunay is a word? Tunay na, what was this again? Kaligayahan sa pu pu pugo? No, puso. Puso. It's puso. Puso mo, your heart. I should probably be like typing this out. And that's the same one. You'll find true happiness. You'll find real happiness. Ah, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you for the translation. Isn't it funny how I can read it, but I don't know Tagalog, so I can't. It's like the Philam struggle. But I saw that you asked a question earlier. How long have I been doing divination? I've been attempting divination on and off since I want to say 2018, but it's been very on and off. That's the thing with me, is that I am definitely like the definition of the jack of all trades, master of none archetype, where I'll get into different things at different times and then I'll give up for a while and then I'll come back to it. So like, even though I've been doing it since 2018, I still don't I still don't confidently know every single meaning for the tarot cards, because it is 156 different meanings, right? So I still consider myself an amateur, very much. but it's been fun to do, so that's why I'm doing this cool stream. But yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do, since we have a good amount of people here, is I could just jump into like tarot reading. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna keep to the plan. What I was gonna do is I was gonna take a little quiz. I was gonna try and match the meanings. This is Quizlet. This is not mine. I don't know who this is, but I just Googled it. I just Googled it. So, the cool thing about Quizlet is that it lets you either do it via flashcards, or I don't know what any of these are, but I'm interested in this match one. So, yeah, let's start the game. Oh my god. Okay. It's timing me. No. Oh no. This was a mistake. Judgment, rebirth. I'm gonna say this is judgment. Justice, fairness. This is justice. Oh, my alert. Oh no, I can't see who just... Give me a second. Oh, thank you for the follow, Magic Meyer. I'm glad you're enjoying things so far. Okay, so fun, warm, success, positivity, vitality. I feel like that's the sun. Beginnings, innocence, spontaneity. That sounds like the Fool. Hope, spirituality, renewal. That sounds like the Star. And then completion, accomplishment. Sounds like the World. Okay, I got that so far. Oh, is there not more? Oh, there's an ad. Well, let's wait for the ad to finish. Yeah, I just want to practice my knowledge of the major arcana, and then I'll do some readings. All right. So these are just the same. Oh no. Some of these are the same. Justice. Yeah, so justice, fairness, truth. That was pretty easy. Beginnings, innocence is the Fool. The Emperor, I associate this with like masculine energy, but it could be anything that's associated with masculine energy. So I want to say authority, father figure. Empress is like feminine, but anything associated with it. So fertility. And then we have the World, completion, and the Star, spirituality. Am I gonna get another ad? I'm gonna get another ad. Maybe should we do test instead? See if that one works better. Yeah, let's start the test. Okay, so bondage, addiction. This sounds like the devil. Bondage, addiction, sexuality, materialism. So it's not the Pope, it's the reverse of the Pope. Upright, illusion, fear, anxiety, insecurity, subconscious. That does not sound like the Star. That sounds like illusion? Which one is illusion? I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think it's the Star. Justice, fairness, truth. Yeah, that's justice. Disaster, upheaval, sudden change, revelation. Yeah, that's the tower. The tower's infamous for being like the disaster card, right? Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution. Judgment, yep. Fertility, femininity, beauty, nature, abundance. That sounds like the Empress, yes. Fun, warm, success, positivity, vitality. Sounds like the Sun. Okay, now we're getting into some matching. So completion, integration, accomplishment, and travel. Reverse, lack of completion, lack of closure. That sounds like the world. Wait, why is there... It's all the world, but... Huh? Oh no, I have to know the number? Shit. Is it, Oh shit. It is the world, but... Bamboozled, yeah! I got bamboozled. This sucks. Let's say 21. Right? Because the major arcana come first, right? And then I want to say that the world is, like, the midpoint? I don't know. Authority. So this is the Emperor. Except I have to know the number too. I feel like the Emperor is number 4. Beginnings, innocence. Oh, that's the Fool. Number 0. Suspension, restriction, letting go, sacrifice. It is the Hanged Man, but... I hate that you have to know the numbers! I just want to know, like, the meaning of the card. The Hanged Man. I'll say 12. Control, willpower, victory, assertion, determination. Control, willpower. Yeah, the Chariot. 7. Strength, courage, patience, control, passion. So the Strength card. Except I don't know the number, so let's do 16. Religion group. Oh, this is the Hierophant. Oh. Oh, they don't have the they use the Pope instead of the Hierophant. Okay. I feel like that's an early card, so I'm gonna say 5. Oh no, I have to select from the list below. Okay. So, hope, spirituality, renewal, that's the Star. Oh, hello? There you go, the Star. Balance, moderation, that's temperance. Intuition, higher powers, mystery, subconscious. That sounds like the Magician or the Empress. Or I guess the Popess. Right? Power, skill, concentration, action, resourcefulness. Power? Oh, resourcefulness, Magician. Love, union, the Lovers. And this is soul searching, introspection, being alone, the Hermit. Alright, let's see how I did. 95%. Nice. I only got one wrong. I feel like it's one of the number ones. Which one? I want to see which one I got wrong. Oh, so it is strength, but strength is number 8. Okay, number 8. Number 8. Cool. Okay, I did good. If you guys find if any of you are also into tarot and like find better quizzes than this, because I want one with pictures. In fact, I might have to make my own damn quiz, thinking about it, like with Google Forms. I am a visual learner, damn it. That's why I'm into tarot. So yeah, we'll maybe next time I'll just make my own quiz and try to like test myself. But the whole thing with me trying to Google a quiz is to find out other people's like interpretations, because I've been studying the minor arcana and different people have different interpretations. So with that said though, let's go over to this one. There we go. There's my hand cam with my fingies. And I think, hold on, let me pause. I'm just gonna unplug my monitor over here. I have like a third portable monitor. I use it for gaming because my second monitor is like upright. Poggers. It's actually Beans's. The monitor is Beans's, but he lets me borrow it for streams because we got it more so for when we go on vacations and stuff. And we wanna game in the hotel room. But it's also very useful. Consider it mine? No, you bought it. But okay, so let's go ahead and get right into things then. So this is the deck I'm going to be using. Let me move my keyboard up. This is the deck that we're going to be using. This is the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshi Yoshitani. And like I said, if you didn't catch it the first time, so this is a normal tarot deck, but the shtick, or kind of the theme, is around mythology and folklore. So, you know, you have the Fool, but represented by the Little Mermaid from Denmark. You have the Magician, but represented by the Fairy Godmother. The High Priestess, represented by Scheherazade from what is it? 100? Is it 101 or 1001 Arabian Nights? It's one of those two. The Empress, represented by Our Lady of Guadalupe from Mexico. So yeah, the whole deck is like that. So it's fun for me too, because I am an art historian. So like, even if I don't know the story, for one, I can research it on the fly. For two, I can also do a little bit of art analysis and try to like give my best guess on what the imagery is. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and let me actually arrange my space a little bit. But while I arrange my space, I'm gonna open up the queue. If you guys look at the upper right hand corner, this is how you join in for a tarot reading. As soon as I open up the queue, first of all, let's hope that it works properly. I have to keep setting it up like 30 minutes before I start streaming. Open. Alright, queue's now open. So, to join in to request a reading, you can type !join to enter the queue. If you need to leave for whatever reason, just type !leave to leave the queue. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did put a limit. I put a limit of only 5 people at a time can join the queue. But once someone leaves the queue, someone else can join it. But that's also because my first tarot stream, I think I took on 8 readings and my voice was gone by the end of it. So to save on my voice, I'm only gonna take like 5 folks at a time, maybe even a maximum for the stream of 5. But we'll see how things go. It looks like we got a pretty chill audience today. So let me go ahead and set up the space. I like using this this cloth as like a surface. For one, because like it does connect me a bit to my culture, but also it's nice to just have it on like a special surface, if that makes sense. So cool. Thank you for joining the queue, Magic Meyer channel. Or let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. Let me know if it's Magic Meyer or Magic Miresh, Magic Mireille, and Mega Bronson as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shuffle the cards first. And I apologize, my camera seems to hang every so often. Let me move my deck around. Okay, there you go. I don't know if it's just I do use like a program to like do my hand cam thing, but I have been thinking about a better hand cam setup. Yeah, Tarot of the Divine. Have you used this one? Do you also utilize the tarot? I do also put my philosophy on tarot at that bottom marquee down there. How do I point down there? There you go. For me, like, my relationship with spirituality and like superstition is a funky one. But I personally use tarot for reflection rather than any kind of like mysticism. It's interesting to me, but I just wouldn't consider myself completely like believing into it. So, but it gets kind of murky sometimes. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna go ahead and shuffle as I concentrate on usually when I do this in person. Mireille, nice to meet you. By the way, I didn't do my introduction. I didn't do my introduction. So, to introduce myself. So, hello, my name is Bebinka Bear. You can call me Bebinka or BB or either or. But I am a artist, historian, art historian, and Sun Bear PNG tuber. And today we're doing a little bit of tarot reading. So, yeah, with that, what was I saying? When I do in-person readings, I typically have the other person shuffle it, but because, of course, this is an online reading, I pretty much just shuffle it while thinking of or just like concentrating on the person that's requesting it. And of course, when I shuffle, I try to, I just do kind of random things when I'm shuffling. Don't think that my shuffling strat here has any kind of meaning. Like, I'm just doing it to really shuffle and make sure that I have like a random amount of like reversed cards, upright cards. There's no real rhyme or reason. It's just like, as long as it's shuffled, it's shuffled. Yeah, Bibinka! It's nice when it's warm. So I was talking to my mom earlier because I visited my parents today. And I told her about this Filipino restaurant that I went to that is very close to where I grew up. And I told my mom about it, and she was like, oh my god, did you have the bibingka? And I was like, no, I didn't. I just had the rice and fish. So I should go back to that restaurant and get the bibingka, because I feel like I haven't had it in a while. I was hoping to get some Filipino food for Thanksgiving, but I didn't tell my extended family like in advance enough for them to prep any food for me, because I'm pescatarian. My partner is vegan. And I told my mom, like, oh, I don't think we can come to Thanksgiving because it doesn't seem like there would be any, like, food for us. And she's like, yeah, I was also thinking about that. And she was like, yeah, it's okay if you, like, stay home because, like, I don't want you to just, like, be there and be hungry, you know? So she gave me the pass. But for Christmas, I'll be with the fam bam. But then, like, because I visited her today, I asked, like, so if me and my partner had went, would we have had anything to eat? And she's like, no. Like, everything was meat. There was no fish. And I was like, what about, like, the rice cakes? There's always rice cakes, like, at the Filipino party. There's always puto. There's always bibingka. There's always that. She's like, nope, nothing. Like, there wouldn't have been anything for me and my partner to eat. So it was kind of okay that we missed out. But we'll be there for Christmas. In fact, me and Beans are gonna make some kimbap. All right. So with that, what I usually do with these readings is during my first one I did like 3 card readings, and that was way too much. So if it's okay with y'all, I'm just gonna be doing 1 card readings. And I feel like that's also gonna be enough for us to even just take a look at the symbolism of the card. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a card. I'm gonna pick this one. Is 3 cards standard? It depends on the person. 3 cards can give you a lot more. I think the more cards you have, the more specific or the more kind of nuanced your reading can be. Because there's different kinds of 3 card spreads. The 3 card spread I usually do is past, present, future. So it's like 1 card represents like your present, something that is affecting you right now. Another card is the past, like something in the past that has influenced that thing in the present. And then future is something that you're worried about or something that you're thinking about for the future, or even actions you can take to help with any kind of anxiety for the future. So it becomes very nuanced because you get like the symbolism of the card, but then you can combine it with the 2 other cards. 1 card is like kind of the easiest and the most straightforward. So I can give a sample of 3 card, but for now, let me get this one for Mirei. Ooh, this is, I've drawn this one before. This is the Wheel of Fortune. I'll let you guys have a closer look at this one. It is reversed. Oh, my camera's hanging. Let me take that moment to flip it right side up. There we go. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. This card usually represents Zenyatta Pog. I keep mistaking whenever you guys talk about Zenyatta. Yeah, it's Anansi the spider from parts of Africa, African folklore. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. My interpretation of the Wheel of Fortune is the completion of a cycle, right? What have I said about this card in the past? Especially because it's also number 10, right? It's number 10 in the... the light is shining very brightly on it, but it's number 10, which is kind of this nice even and round number that usually ends or begins the beginning of a new cycle. So yeah, this is the card of cycles, but it was drawn reversed. So it could be representing like something blocking the completion of a cycle, like a lack of closure, or at least that, as of right now, my amateur like interpretation is like something blocking the completion of a cycle. Sorry, I'm just moving my chat a little bit. I gotta grab something from the store. Can I pause my queue until I come back? Yeah. I can come back to you. And I think Mega Bronson is up ahead of you anyway, so you're good. So yeah, it could represent kind of a lack of closure, or something is kind of blocking this beginning, this end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. To talk about the imagery itself with Anansi. So here we have Anansi. He is decked out in traditional African garb. I feel like I should do a little bit of research into Anansi. I don't want to keep saying African. I want to know either the specific cultures or even the specific region in Africa, because Africa is a very big place. But here he is joyful. He has his hands kind of like all in different directions. It's almost a little bit chaotic. Because for one, he has this really cool garb, but it's kind of broken up with this sash, which kind of breaks the flow of things, but not necessarily in like a disruptive way. It's almost like adding a little bit of accent, a little bit of flavor. So like, even though this card is representing cycles, it's almost as if like it cycles without monotony, if that makes sense. So like the completion of a cycle means the start of something new, something even more exciting, and something that's going to shake up things. And that's also what I'm seeing here with the arms. The arms, like I said, are all in different positions. The legs are kind of in different positions. If you focus in on like a specific set, like these two arms and these two legs, it could be symmetrical. But if you focus on other pieces of the arms, it could be asymmetrical. It could be a little bit more chaotic. So like, what I'm getting from this, and the fact that Anansi is like also this trickster figure in a lot of African mythology, is that like it's like I said, the completion of a cycle, but also a fun ride. It's almost like there can be a little bit of tumultuous. What's the noun version of tumultuous? Like some bumps in the road, but in the end, Anansi is also smiling, right? Oh, my camera's hanging. I gotta figure out a better way to do the hand cam. He's smiling, he's joyful. So like this upright, it symbolizes like man, what a fun journey that was. I can't wait for the next one. But because all of this is reversed, because all of it is reversed, like something is blocking that. Maybe you have completed a cycle, you have completed something, but the joy of like, oh, that was such a fun ride, like maybe that's not there, or that's not there yet. Or maybe there's something that is like kind of lingering still. Like maybe another thing with Anansi is that he is a spider. He's creating this web. Maybe there's still a thread that is still not attached yet. So that's one interpretation. Yeah, that something is lingering, something like maybe a cycle has completed, but you are there's no sense of completion, or the cycle has not completed yet. That's another thing, is that like perhaps like I said, like a thread left unfinished. So that's my interpretation of this, but I always default as well, or I always like want to double check myself by checking the booklet that came with this deck. So according to this booklet, we have here number 10, number 10, number 10. Here we go. Oh, it says here, Akan. Oh, from Ghana. From Ghana. Let me zoom in for you guys. Why is it hanging so much? This didn't happen last time. I'm gonna wait for it to... There we go. The wheel of fortune is endlessly turning, spun by a trickster god. What was once luck is now misfortune. What was hopeless is now joyous. These acts may seem random, but all fates are part of an interconnected web of repercussions. So upright, fortune and unexpected windfall, karma, destiny cycles. Reversed, bad luck, a lack of control, a past misery, disappointment. Oh, has my model been moving? Okay, cool. So yeah, That is what the book is telling me. But yeah, it does all seem to be going into this sense of like something left unfinished, or maybe even worries of something being left unfinished. So let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you know, like if you also have a different interpretation, you know? Cuz I am very much, like I said, I'm still an amateur. I would love to hear other people's interpretations, or like if my interpretation like did an okay job as well. But yeah, let me know what you think, Magic Mirror. Like especially if you have other thoughts. Sounds about right? Ah, interesting. Cool. Do you also do tarot, just out of curiosity? Because like I said, I am definitely down to like learn from other folks. Or did you just kind of like pop in out of curiosity? Because in which case, that's also completely fine and completely acceptable. I love info dumping about stuff that I know, but I'm always willing to learn, right? Oh, practicing for 2 years. Awesome. Cool. So like felt drawn. Oh, nice. I'm glad. That makes me happy. But yeah, like I do tarot readings occasionally. I used to do it once a month, and then I wanted to shoot for like twice a month. I might actually start doing it once a week, but it does take a little bit of energy out of me. So yeah. Feel free to stick around for as long as you want. You can keep on like sticking around. If you're interested in the channel itself and like what else I do play video games occasionally, but I'm more so an art. Well, it's kind of like my intro. I'm an artist, I'm a historian, I'm an art historian, and I'm a sun bear. So I do a lot of all that kind of stuff. So I love stuff like art analysis, talking about mythology, talking about tarot, being able to like look at other people's art or other art styles, all of that cool stuff. So feel free to stick around, or feel free to chill, feel free to lurk, whichever way you want. So if you don't have any other questions, I can move on to Mega Bronson. But otherwise, yeah, do you have any other questions, concerns, violent reactions? Otherwise, I will take a sippy of my horchata. Because I believe next up is... We're in the same community, so if I can raid you sometimes, that'd be good. Yeah, of course. Would love to. And I'm down to... I want to check out your stuff as well. Let me... Come on, click. There we go. Ah, cool. Oh, are you also a VTuber? Well, I'm not even... I say also, but I'm not even a VTuber. I'm a PNG tuber. Oh, your channel is so cute. Oh, cool. English and Tagalog. I'm giving you a follow. And also... how do I do this again? There we go. Why is it not letting me? Am I doing this right? There we go. Whoever else is in the chat, check out her stuff as well. Check out their stuff. Cool. Alright, in that case, let's go ahead and move on to Mega Bronson. Nice to meet you, Mirei. Nice to meet you. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to Mega Bronson. Are you still there? You still there, Mega Bronson? Let me... Thanks for the read as well. That made you feel better? I feel like I didn't... I only said, like, oh, this is what's going on. If I think about, like, actual, like... feedback, like what is like the usual feedback for Wheel of Fortune, you think? Like I guess thinking more about what it is that is causing this blockage, or causing this kind of the unspun thread. I mean, if a spider has trouble spinning its thread, what does it do? It just I feel like if a spider has trouble spinning its thread, it's because sorry, Mega Bronson, I'll get to you in a hot second. I was just thinking about like, oh, I realized that my reading just said like what the situation is without actual like advice or feedback. But now that I think about it, if a spider can't do it, I think about that one. Have you guys seen that image of a spider that it's spiders that were used in an experiment with drugs. And like, this is what a spider's web looks like when it's on ecstasy or when it's on weed or when it's on blah blah blah. And the spider web looks like kind of fucked up somehow, right? I think in that case, like if you're not saying like you should stop taking drugs, no, like no meaning to assume or anything like that, but like that just means that spider was put in a situation that it's not used to in nature. Spiders aren't usually, at least I don't think so. They're not usually high out of their mind, which is causing their webs to get all fucked up. So if there's a disruption in the web, if there's a disruption in the cycle, it's because there's something out of the ordinary that's not normal. And in which case, you just gotta take a rest, right? Like, in the case of the spiders that were on the drugs, they just gotta wait until they're sober again, right? Before they start spinning again. But I get reminded of like there's this funny Final Fantasy 14 video of like I don't even play it anymore, but I just saw it's like an elephant dude, and it's pretty funny like advice. But he opens up with like, if you are having a bad day, fuck it, go back home, take a nap. And he says something like, not all days are like unfuckable or like unfuckable. Yeah, like sometimes like you don't need to try to unfuck the day up. You just need to go home. Like go home. Like he says the words give up, but like he means it as in like, yeah, just chill. So yeah, need to chill. Yeah, I'm hoping that'll help as well. So yeah. With that aside, let's go ahead and move on to... How do I do this? Is it next? Is that the command? There you go. Cool. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful, Mire. And next we'll go to Mega Bronson. So I'll be doing the one card reading. Let me go ahead and... Shuffle. How are you doing today, Mega Bronson? Did you do anything for Thanksgiving? For Turkey Day or Black Friday, either or? Me and Beans didn't we stayed home, but we kind of chilled. And then today I visited my mom, but tomorrow we're going to be celebrating with Beans' family. So you get a little bit of the Filipino experience, you get a little bit of the Uzbek experience. One thing though, since I went pescatarian, the one thing that I miss from like holiday eats is the ham. Had a family potluck? Oh cool. Nice. What did you have to host it, or were you the recipient of it? Because I'm realizing, I kind of realized it with not being able to go to a family party, and with some of my friends and coworkers being the ones to like cook for their families. I'm like, oh dang, we are at the age where like we can't just like expect the food to be prepared for us, but like we also got to do our part to like prep it ourselves. But I'm also lazy. I am also lazy. I don't know. I kind of like, you grow up for 30 years and like you're so used to the fam bam just like preparing food for you. And I'm like, oh crap, yeah, I'm an adult now. We could just like make stuff. And I did kind of promise it on Beans' behalf that like, oh, for the Christmas party we're gonna cook something, we're gonna bring something. But that's also to make sure that we have something to eat. For people, I'm trying to set a hotkey on Viato. Oh, and it doesn't work. I don't use ViatoTube anymore, so I'm not 100% sure. 4 people brought mac and cheese. We went to a cousin's house. We brought one of the mac and cheeses. That's funny. I don't know why, like, before you said that you were at a cousin's house, I just imagine, like, everyone at your house and everyone just has a different, like, take on mac and cheese, right? Like, this one has breadcrumbs in it, and this one uses vegan cheese, and this one uses creamy cheese, and I don't know. Like, this one uses pesto for some reason. That sounds good though. My aunt does a pretty mean like macaroni casserole. I just haven't had it in a minute. They were all slightly different. No, there you go. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I remember my aunt makes a really good like macaroni casserole. But yeah, the thing that I miss from going pescatarian is the ham. The glazed ham. Man. And I've seen like people attempt like a vegan, you know, equivalent. Have you guys seen there's like a video of someone like roasted essentially or like glazed and roasted a watermelon and it looks just like ham, but you know, I do wonder like that has to be a different texture and a different flavor, right? It has to be. So I don't know. But okay, so I've shuffled the deck. Let's go ahead and draw a card for Mega Bronson. Let's see. I think this one feels like it's hiding a little, so let's do that. Okay, so here's your card. Ooh, interesting. The Four of Swords. This one has very striking imagery. My cousin was eating all the mac and cheese and he was super full, and by the fourth tray showed up. So we were all like, the final boss of mac and cheese has arrived. It has like an HP bar. It's like a Dark Souls boss. It's like try to think of like the Macbeth and cheese. Yeah, so here is your card. It is upright, but it looks very fearsome. This looks Nordic. This looks like it's Fenrir, but I could be wrong. So the Four of Swords. Let's see what is going on in this image. We see a wolf that is being bound by some kind of golden string. Why does it get foggy all of a sudden? Why does it get foggy? Like, as soon as the as soon as the fourth tray of mac and cheese appears, it just gets all foggy. There's an HP bar. All the relatives are like egging you on. Or not you, but like the cousin that's eating all the mac and cheese, right? Oh, it is Fenrir. Nice, nice, nice. So we have Fenrir. He is bound by the golden string. I don't know if this is what happens at Ragnarok or if this is just one of the stories that has Fenrir in it. Okay, so 3 swords are kind of discarded here. They're kind of dug into the ground. One is straight up through his mouth, but he's also crunching on it. If you look really carefully, you can see both the blade here. It's through his like snout, but also the muzzle is here. So he's chewing on it. He's crunching on it. But he is also like being stabbed by it. So it's almost like a literally like a was it like a Pyrrhic victory type thing? Four of Swords. I'm trying to think of what the traditional imagery is for Four of Swords. Let me look it up real quick. It's been a minute, so I know what the Three of Swords looks like because that one is infamous. No, not Legend of Zelda. Oh, that's the traditional imagery. So the traditional imagery for the Four of Swords is a like what do you call this? It's like a coffin with a sword on the coffin and then 3 that are hanging kind of scarily above the coffin itself. The tarot is telling me to stop eating candy at work. The swords are the candy. I'm trying to think of the original. Okay, so like with the tarot studying that I've been doing, I remember I have to look at the imagery. I'll show you guys what the imagery looks like actually. Let me put it here. You go to gaming, but not that one. I want. Which one is it? This one. This is the traditional imagery for the Four of Swords. As you can see, there's like some kind of coffin. I forget the actual term for it. Like, it's not mausoleum. Mausoleum is the building. But like, yeah. So someone has been put to rest here. But they also have like these 3 swords, which could signify... Oh, I hear cat. You guys want to hear the cat? Snackery. Snackery's so needy. Yeah. So the 3 swords that are hanging over the coffin itself could represent like that maybe this was some kind of warrior who's been put to rest. But there's also a 4th sword on the coffin itself. And another thing is that the 3 swords are pointing directly at the coffin, the figure on the coffin itself. So it could be like, one way to read this would be, the idea of being put to rest, but it's not a restful rest, if that makes sense. Let me see, let me go back. To me, the image just seems like a Pyrrhic victory. Like, you won it, but at what cost? But let's go ahead and consult. Let's consult the Tarot of the Divine, and then let me do a little bit of research. I'm starting to become okay with the idea of just like on-the-fly research as well. I think before I had this idea of like, no, I have to look really professional and make it look like I know everything. But nah, we could do some on-the-fly research as well. So, Fenrir, yes. Fenrir from Norse mythology. The 4 of Swords signals a pause in battle. The Norse gods know that the wolf Fenrir will bring about the end of the world, so they will have him bound and chained. While he still represents a threat, there's now respite. Upright, sanctuary. Recouping, meditation, passivity, counseling. Reversed, awakening, healing, returning, burnout, and strength. That's interesting because at first glance, I interpreted this like negatively. Like I said, a Pyrrhic victory, like you're resting, but at what cost? But like the traditional, like the book is saying that this is, I guess it's because I put the viewer in the point of view of Fenrir, like, cause he's a doggy. You also thought it was negative, right? I think it's because you're not supposed to put yourself in the point of view of Fenrir. You're supposed to be putting yourself in the point of view of like, you know, like in mythology, Fenrir is not the villain, but he's part of the reason why like Ragnarok happens, the end of the world happens. But because he's also the central figure in this, it's very easy to be like, oh, that's me. I'm Fenrir. I'm being bound. I'm being like torn apart by swords. So this, you know, that could also be part of the interpretation. Like, do you interpret yourself as like, as Fenrir, as the one that is going, as that feels like they're being bound and like pierced with swords? Or do you interpret this as your struggle? That you are the one that has bound your struggle, that has temporarily like bound it, and now you can rest. So I think that's up to you, because immediately I looked at it and I was like, oh no, negative, even though it's upright, right? So I guess like right now, in the aftermath of Thanksgiving, in the aftermath of battling the 4th tray of mac and cheese, like, do you feel like Fenrir, or do you feel like the person that has subdued Fenrir? The imagery is really rich. I don't want to like stop it there. I want to keep on looking at it because, And also like Fenrir's a doggy. He's a good boy. I think that's another reason why like, yeah, he's like the bad guy in Norse mythology, but like he's also a pupper. He's a pupperino. Let me see the traditional imagery again for the 4 of Swords. I was gonna ask, do you guys mind that I do like on-the-fly research? Or would you prefer if I was immediately like, oh yeah, this represents this, this, and that? Yeah, so it says the same thing, that it's rest, relaxation, meditation, contemplation, recuperation. You do have a trip coming up and a holiday break, so that's nice. No, nice. Well, there you go. So Fenrir could then just be your struggles. That's what that could be. I think what like I guess caught me off guard is that even in the traditional symbolism, the 3 swords are pointed at the coffin, and it's almost like I guess it could represent that My mom messaged me this morning for a trip to visit your brother. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So then, yeah, in that case, like this could be kind of like telling you to enjoy that trip. That this is a nice respite. The only thing is that because of the ferocious imagery, you know, if something about it feels very temporary. It's almost like it's telling you to like remember that you do still have stuff to do afterwards, and not necessarily for you to like at the cost of the relaxation to be on edge and be like, oh shit, I gotta do that thing for work. I think it is like, yeah, enjoy your respite right now, but when it comes time for you to get back to work, you'll need to get back to work. Because I feel like there are other cards in the swords, or there are other cards in general that are like, yeah, you're gonna get respite. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, motherfucker. But this one is almost like, you know what? Like, take a break because you deserve it. But also remember, you got stuff to do when you come back. Why does this mac and cheese have a second life bar? Well, there you go. That's they're not swords, you see. They're life bars. I feel like I always enjoy when giving you tarot readings, Mega Bronson, because like for one, it's always a card that I'm not 100% familiar with, and I get to do a little bit of research on the fly. And then like it always kind of builds up until like, okay, I think I'm starting to understand this better. Leftovers have entered the battlefield. Da, 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 da. So yeah, any questions about little Wolfie here, the Four of Swords, before we move on to Rochambeau? Let me know. I'm also gonna check because I have some Discord notifications, but I feel like it's just... Oh yeah, I was right. It's just, oh, the streamer that you follow has started streaming. Stream announcement. Yep, yep. Oh, Professor Lando's on again. Okay, cool. So, you got any questions, comments, concerns, violent reactions? Otherwise, we will move on to Rochambeau. And anyone else that wants to enter the queue. Alright, if I don't hear back. So let me just check my Discord real quick. Rochambeau, are you still in? Are you still in it to win it? Nice. You like immediately responded. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and do next. Alright, Rochambeau, you are up. I'm gonna give you a 1-card reading, and because you are also curious about the 3-card reading, we could do that as well. Yeah, and especially because like there doesn't seem to be anyone else in the queue, so which is fine because I think the same thing happened during the last. So my very first tarot card stream, I had like 8 people that wanted a reading, and I did all 8, and my voice was shot by the end of it. And then the next tarot card stream I did, I think only 2 or 3 like wanted a reading, which was like a breath of fresh air. So this was completely fine. So let's go ahead and shuffle the deck. And there we go. There is at least 1 Filipino card in this, by the way. I still haven't drawn it. I have seen it. But there is one that's based off Filipino mythology. Shuffle, shuffle. And how was your Thanksgiving, Rochambeau? Were you also able to celebrate it with folks? Were you able to get that good Filipino din din? It was good. You had Jollibee? Oh, I haven't had Jollibee in a while. Actually, now that I think about it, do you think there's anything at Jollibee that I would even be able to have? Because I feel like there's nothing that, like, Beans would be able to have. Oh, peach mango pie! What am I saying? I went to Jollibee, like, a couple months ago. I had the peach mango pie, and then they had the... Is it like a pineapple? Yeah, Jollibee! had peach mango pie. They also had fries and oh, mashed potatoes. They had like, I was able to eat the sides. Their mashed potatoes were really good. And fries. No. Other than, I miss chicken. That's another thing I miss since going pescatarian is fried chicken. There is a substitute. There's a vegan substitute and it's fried mushroom. It's like fried oyster mushroom and that's pretty good actually. I like that a lot. There's this Chinese place that me and Beans go to. We actually still have... Oh my god, we do! We have mushroom tamales. We just ordered that too. Okay, right after this stream. We're gonna dig into that. I freaking love tamales. God, there's a place in like the city where I live at. Like the city itself, because I kind of live in the outskirts in like another area of the city, but in the actual city itself there's a tamale place that has vegan tamales. It's so good, especially the ones with like cheese, man. Yeah, I was saying that there's like fried mushroom is a good also substitution for fried chicken, especially because like half the thing with oh, no worries, no worries. Nice to meet you, Magic Mire. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for the reading. And have a good one. Have a good morning, evening, or night wherever it is you are. You had some pretty good jackfruit tamales. Ooh, that sounds good. I don't have a lot of jackfruit. But I know that it's a good substitution for like pulled pork. It's lunchtime. Really enjoy. Oh, yay, I'm glad. I'm glad. Have a good one. And once again, thanks for joining. Thanks for following. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab a card for Rochambeau. Jackfruit's so good. It is. It really is. Okay, so we're gonna do a 1-card pull for Rochambeau, and then we'll do 3 cards just to show the difference between the two. Let me look. I feel like this card is popping out at me. Okay, Rochambeau, here's your 1-card pull. Oh, it's a reverse one, and it's the King of Coins. Oh, interesting. This looks like the I guess the world turtle, or the turtle that the world kind of like is on. So this is the first time I've drawn this card. There's a lot of mythology in which the earth, like a turtle, plays a part in the creation of the world. Either that or like the world is on a turtle. So this could be from like a wild variety of different mythologies. So yeah, thanks again, Magic Mire. Turtle Pog. But going to the actual, like, if we ignore for a second the imagery of the turtle, the King of Coins. Coins is part of the Minor Arcana. It's a suit. Elden Ring. Oh yeah, the Pope. The Pope turtle. Coins is one of the suits. So just like there's swords, there's cups, there's wands, and there's coins. Coins represents the element of earth, which also represents all the stuff in the what's called the material world. Because other things such as like the flame, or sorry, the wand represents like your passion. Swords represents your intellect. Cups represents your emotions. So coins represents anything that has to do with the material world. So this means your finances, your physical belongings, your job, your work. I think I might have repeated a couple of those words, but stuff like that. King is like usually the culmination of the suit. It usually represents someone that is in complete control and complete mastery of that suit. So in this case, upright, it would represent like a mastery over either your finances, mastery over your job, mastery or like confidence in like something that has to do with like your material belongings or your material world. Stuff like that. However, this is reversed. And reverse doesn't always necessarily mean something negative. It could mean that like something is blocking the way for you to feeling some kind of mastery over your belongings. Pope Turtle best boy. Masters a. So like, you know, there is something blocking or something like interfering with the sense that you have a mastery over it. Kind of like when I did the reading for Magic Mire. They had the Wheel of Fortune, and reverse, it meant that like you still like either you did complete a cycle but like you don't feel that sense of completion, or you didn't complete the cycle yet. So in this case, it's like either you really are the master of coin, or like you do have some kind of mastery over something like material in your world, such as your job, such as your finances, stuff like that. Or it just doesn't feel like it. Like you have the mastery, but it doesn't feel like it. Either that, or you haven't actually like feel like you've mastered it just yet. That's one interpretation without even taking into account the folktale interpretation here. So with that, I do want to kind of narrow down which folktale this turtle is coming from. So let's see. We got the coins. Here we go. Oh, interesting. So it's Iroquois. Hanuna, the world turtle. The king of coins represents stability and faithfulness. The world turtle is strong enough to support the weight of others' hopes and dreams. He may not be an active participant in their lives, but he is always dependable, slow, and steady. Upright success, dependability, conservatism, strong will, willing to work. Reverse, corruption, materialism, ruthlessness, authority, and indulgence. So those are some possible interpretations right here. Like I said, my interpretation is that like something is blocking you from feeling the things that are normally associated with the positive part of it. So over here, like I said, the turtle plays a lot of in a lot of different mythologies, including like Hindu, including like Native American, including I believe there's even like a Filipino, like it's like one of the provincial, you know, like cultures. There's this belief that like the world is built on a turtle. So like almost like the turtle is able to withstand literally the entire world on its back. So it's almost like that is your role. That you should be able to withstand the weight of the world on your back. However, right now something is either blocking you from feeling that way or blocking that from realizing itself, if that makes sense. Let me look at the imagery a little bit more. You even have like a coin kind of hanging down from here. You have a tree that's flourishing. So it's almost like playing like the ultimate support role. Because like literally there's there's life flourishing on it. So like I said, my own interpretation, the book said stuff about like corruption and like greed and stuff like that. That might also be an interpretation that is more so what you might be feeling right now. But as of right now, it seems like it's more so like either missed opportunities or just like not feeling like you're living up to this role of like having the weight of the world on your shoulders, because it is reversed. Sometimes when I have reverse cards, I also try to look at how it looks when it is reversed, like quite physically so. And it looks like here the turtle, instead of supporting the tree, it almost looks like the tree is supporting the turtle, which means like you might be in a position right now where you feel like you either need to be supported, or you might feel you might be in the process of being supported, but you don't feel confident about that. You might even feel embarrassed about that like someone else is supporting you right now. So that's another interpretation right there. It could even be that you need that support at the moment. That like, yeah, traditionally, or like you should be in a position where you are supporting other people, but right now maybe you are in a position where you need the support, you need the help. So like I said, those are just a couple of interpretations bouncing around, but Let me know what you think. Like, does any of this make sense, or is all of this like? And like I said, because I'm an amateur, I'm totally okay with you just saying like, yeah, no, like none of this really like makes sense to my current, like my current state of affairs. That's completely fine as well. Need a master's to support? This could all be directing you to Overwatch. You just need, it's okay. You don't have to be support for everyone. Let someone else support you, Rochambeau. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that, because we're also gonna move on to a 3-card spread as well. It makes sense. You've always had a shaky relationship with money. Yeah, and that's fair. Like that's this card means that like right now maybe consider like being open to having support, or not feeling any kind of discomfort with it. Because then eventually you'll reach a point where you can be the turtle. You can be the turtle pog, where you are supporting the weight of the world on your back. So yeah. If that makes sense, let me know. Or you already said that it makes sense. But if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to reshuffle so that we can show you what a 3-card spread looks like. And like I said, 3-card spreads, they kind of... because not only do you have like the card by itself that is showing you its meaning, but you can kind of combine the meanings with other cards. So I'm gonna shuffle. And then let's see, we are reaching the hour 30 mark very soon. I might close the queue if no one else joins. And we might just call it once I finish this 3-card spread, or after we chat a little bit. That way I can save on my voice. I already feel it getting a little bit croaky. And I also have a stream planned for tomorrow as well. So, I know Mega Bronson, you were interested in the hieroglyph stream. I will be doing it tomorrow, but it's going to be early. It's going to be like 8 a.m. I don't know if you would still be able to make that or if you have plans, but that was what I was planning on doing tomorrow. If you end up missing it, the VOD will be there, and I'll also be having... I'll try to do that one more regularly as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and shuffle. Yeah, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Like the morning. I've been wanting to try out. Like, I did a morning stream Wednesday, I think. And it was pretty chill. Like, I think the only person that dropped by was Matthew. Matthew. I don't think you guys know him, but he's like in my chat. I'll try to make it, but I do be a sleepy boy. Yeah, that's completely fair. The VOD will be there. Yeah. It was the only reason I was able to do that stream is because we have Thanksgiving break. So that's not gonna be a regular thing. I'm doing a morning stream tomorrow because I still wanted to stream, but I'm pretty sure by my usual stream time, 6:30, I think we might still be doing Thanksgiving festivities with Beans as part of the fam bam. So that's why I wanted to do a morning stream. And I might want to raid into one of my favorite streamers. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that stream was the one I did on Wednesday was Slime Rancher. So that was a good chill one. I think that's... If I keep doing morning streams every so often, it'll be chill ones. It won't be like super... Because I have to talk really low anyway. Because sometimes people are awake at 8 a.m. Sometimes they are not. So, and I don't want to be disturbing anyone's sleep. By the way, thinking about shuffling cards. Beans' brother wants to get into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Did either of you guys or anyone else in chat, did any of you have a Yu-Gi-Oh card phase? Because in middle school, I definitely had that. I had a kick-ass deck. It was amazing. And it got stolen from my locker in middle school. That deck was so good. I had a trap card that like if yeah, it was stolen. I had the most cracked trap card I did in middle school. Then someone stole your deck too? What if it was the same person? I know we didn't go to the same middle school, but But yeah, someone stole my deck, and I had a trap card where, you remember how like early Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards nowadays, it's like, oh, draw 2 cards, but you have to sacrifice like 2 monsters, and you have to do this, and you have to do a backflip. Back then, cards were so much simpler. Like Pot of Greed is just goddamn locker elves. I never had decks, but I found 2 in middle school. Did you steal it, Rochambeau? Did you steal the 2 decks? So a Pot of Greed is just like, oh, draw 2 cards and that's it, right? God damn it, Rochambeau. I had a trap card where all it was draw 3 cards each turn. Or it was like draw a card each turn, something like that. I forgot what it was, but it was something prayer. I'll find it. But I remember that it was so cracked because there were like no restrictions on it whatsoever. But let's go ahead and finish off. Actually, I do feel my voice going, so I'm going to close the queue. Sorry to those who wanted to join in. But the queue is now closed. But let's go ahead and do this 3-card spread. And then we'll either chat or we'll call it. Because now I want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what? I'll pick top card for present. I'm doing this a little different than how I did my very first tarot stream. I'm doing present first, then past and future. This one that's hiding, past. The queue is closed, sir. And I'm already giving you a reading. This one that's hiding. Imagine it's like a different Rochambeau. It's like Rochambeau 08 is trying to join the queue. And I'm just like, sir, you had your chance. Okay, so here we have our 3 cards. Like I said, the usual 3-card spread I do is past, present, future. So this would be your present. This is something that's affecting you right now. This is supposed to signify your past. Something in the past that is kind of contributing to this present. And then this is future. This is something that you're either anxious or thinking about for the future. Or an action that you can take to kind of manifest that future. So, all right, let's go ahead and flip them all open. So present is, ooh, the Chariot. You have a Major Arcana card. Past is the 9 of Swords. Future is the Queen of Cups. I have not drawn this. I haven't drawn these 2 in a reading. I've drawn this one before. But yeah, so this is your spread. I'll go over each one in as much detail as I can. So the first one is the Chariot. This is for Rochambeau. He seemed interested in the 3-card spread. So yeah, this is for Rochambeau. I know I just did the 1-card spread, but like he seemed interested, and there's enough energy that I have left anyway. So if you also want a 3-card spread, Mega Bronson, either if I still have energy at the end, I could still do one for you, but otherwise it'll have to wait for next time. But yeah, so we have the Chariot. The Chariot is a Major Arcana card, which usually like it means like pay special attention to it. Every time a Major Arcana card pops up, it's like, look at me, pay attention to me. The Chariot, I know a little bit about the actual like the original, I guess, meaning of the Chariot. Chariot I always associate with like high velocity, like you are moving towards your goals at a very high speed. I'm not too familiar with the imagery though. It looks Nordic. It looks Norse, right? Like the building in the back looks Norse, like his armor and the boat look Norse. So it looks like this dude is being pulled by these 2 fish at extreme speed. So like usually this card means that like you're doing good with what you're doing right now. You are like on the fast track to your goals, to success. However, this was drawn reversed. So it can mean one of 2 things. When it comes to being reversed, it can mean one of 2 things. It's either an overabundance of the card or it's not enough of the card. So this could mean that you do not feel like you are on the fast track to your goals. In fact, you feel like you might be feeling like you're hitting a roadblock. Or slowness that is like unbearable. Like you want to have that velocity, you want to move really quickly towards your goals, but as of right now, it's very slow. Something is kind of hindering you. Or, like I said, this could also mean an overabundance of the car. So maybe things are moving too fast. Maybe things are moving like way too fast and like yeah you are fire speed, like you're racing towards your goal, but you might not be ready for that yet. Like you maybe things are moving to so fast to the point where like you're not ready for what was like the next steps afterwards. It's almost like, oh hey, that project that you wanted to do at work, like it's approved and we want the results by tomorrow. And it's like, wait, what? Like you just told me that the project was approved. I can't make the results happen by tomorrow. What the fuck? So that's another interpretation of that. Another aspect of this is the actual like imagery. So like I said, this looks Norse, but let's consult the book. So far we're either experiencing slowness or too extreme speed. Too much of extreme speed. Let's see, chariot. Here we go. The Three Princesses of Whiteland. I haven't heard of this one. The chariot is about harnessing emotions and charging down a straight, clear path. Where the prince may have floundered before, he has learned from his mistakes and now blazes forward confidently. Upright, a journey, perseverance, rushed decisions, vengeance, and victory. Reverse, a lack of direction, floundering, stagnation, willfulness. So, yeah, as I said in my interpretation, so stagnation is one of them. It could also be that you are charging forward at a good speed, but it might not be towards your goals. So that's what that lack of direction feels like. So basically just imagine an actual chariot, but like now it's either out of control or the horses have stopped. In this case, the fishes have stopped. So I'm curious about the tale that it's from. It's called The Three Princesses of Whiteland. Ooh, this is a pretty long one. So I don't know if I can read the whole thing, but let me see if I can. Yeah, let me see if I can. If you want to Google it for yourself as well, Rochambeau. There's a Wikipedia article on it, but let me see if I can like speed through it. Fisherman caught nothing. It popped up. Fish for what his wife carried under her. What? When he returned home, he was on this. There's a lot of imagery in this tale. Okay, so this seems like a story where a guy fucks up at first. What I got so far is that there was a fisherman that was not having good luck with getting any fish until like a nymph or something popped out of the water and he was like, "Oh, I'll give you some fish for whatever is under your wife's girdle." I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that, but it turns out that the wife was pregnant. So he had to offer up his kid to this weird floating head. Came to me that the boy grew up in the king's castle. Oh, the boy turned out to be a prince. I'm quiet right now because isn't that Rumpelstiltskin? Yeah, essentially. But there's more. There's like so much more to the story too. And I'm being quiet because I'm reading the story. So the story's not even about the fisherman. It's about the boy who like so yeah, the a fisherman like has to offer up his child to like this floating head. The child ends up growing up in a king's castle and he goes through this whole saga of like wooing a princess who like the princesses are all stuck in the sand for some reason. But he has to go through all of these various quests both to like find his wife, his princess wife, and then eventually like go home and get married and live happily ever after. So basically, it's this guy that has to go through a lot of challenges in order to gain happiness. So and he does have some setbacks, but eventually like he is able to like to succeed and there is a happy ending. So if we go back to the card itself, this looks like it's the prince going through like all of his quests. He's riding fast forward with like his boat, which is being pulled by these two fishies. And he's on his way to like the distance over here, which is a goal. It's like a castle, but there's also a monster here. So like it's like heading fast towards a direction that can either result in victory or failure, but nonetheless he is heading towards it. So by it being upside down, it could represent like the setbacks that the prince had along the way. But it also seems to be a pretty hopeful card even when it's reversed. It's still saying that like despite the setbacks, like the prince eventually finished his story and you will also finish yours. So right now, if you are feeling any sense of either like losing track, like either stagnation or losing track of your path, this card is kind of saying like even if you're going slow, you're still gonna get there. Or even if you're going too fast, you will get there. It might even just be, if you're going too fast, it might just be a matter of course correcting. So like readjusting your driving, so to speak. So that is the present. That is what's affecting you right now. The analysis for this is going to be a bit shorter. So this is the Nine of Swords. This is representing the tale of Oedipus. Traditionally without the imagery over here. The Nine of Swords. So swords is once again part of the minor arcana. And it represents the element of air, but it represents your intellect. It represents your mind. Traditionally, this card is kind of represents like a little bit of despair. Now, don't worry. I'll try to connect the dots. Oh, are you reacting to the fact that it's Oedipus? But basically, this is an interesting one because I have drawn it before. This is like, I think the beginning of the story of Oedipus, where like the mother finds out that like her son is destined to kill his father and marry his mother. She is in despair. He is in despair. The thing about this card, though, is that they are asking the Oracle of Delphi, and you can see that there are fumes coming in because of this popular theory that the Oracle of Delphi, like she was like this oracle that is said to speak on behalf of the gods. So if you lived back then and you went to her and she gave you like her judgment, it was like literally like unchangeable. It is the word of God. However, the fumes are a part of this theory that like she was inhaling like these like hallucinogenic fumes and that her visions were really nothing more than like hallucinations. So this card is kind of saying that like even if it seems kind of hopeless, know that like whatever is standing in front of you, whatever like has affected you in the past and is kind of giving you despair, it's kind of more so an illusion than anything else, or it's one of those like it's all in your head type of things. Though it's not trying to kind of like devalue the worry that you feel, because look at the imagery of the swords. For one, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. They are all pointing towards the people down here. There's one that's pointed off here though, over her head. So like it seems incredibly like hopeless or bleak, but in the end it also represents that like in the end like a lot of it is not necessarily physical. It's all in your head. And like I said, swords represents your intellect, things that are in your mind, not necessarily what is happening in the real world. because otherwise that would be the Nine of Coins. This is the Nine of Swords. So what we have here is that, like, so far we're feeling the sense of stagnation and or loss of direction that could be caused by despair that is, like, kind of all in your head. Like, and like, I hate to say that phrase, but that's kind of like what the card is implying, that like things aren't as bad as they seem. But if you need a little bit more support with that, we can also look back to the book. The Nine of Swords represents decision-making controlled by anxiety. The oracle at Delphi warns the king that his son Oedipus will one day kill him. Had he not let his fears control him and raise his son with in love instead of hate, the king's eventual death could have been avoided. So upright, it's anxiety, terror, nightmares, obsession, and insomnia. Reverse, recovery, acceptance, letting go, accepting help, and hope. So not all upright cards are good and not all reverse cards are bad. In this case, this seems to be representing something negative, which is like anxiety. So an anxiety that is resulting in a sense of, like I said, stagnation. Something that is blocking you from like reaching your dreams, reaching your goals. So that's what we have so far. This is what I mean that like a 3-card spread, they kind of contribute to each other. Because now you have these two symbolisms kind of interplaying with each other. Anxiety causing stagnation or a loss of direction or too much speed. Now for the future, we have here the Queen of Cups. Cups represents your emotions, the unconscious, your intuition. And Queen usually represents like someone who has like a kind of like with your the King card that we drew earlier. This represents like a mastery, but almost like a passive mastery over it. So this is upright. This is representing like a passive mastery over your emotions. So it's not even that you are actively being like control your emotions, control your emotions, control your emotions. The Queen is like you're passively mastering it. That you don't even need to tell yourself to control your emotions. You're already doing it. You're already practicing sensitivity. You're already practicing like listening to your intuition. It's already in you and you don't even have to think about it. However, once again, this is reversed. So that can mean that like there might be anxiety about how to control your emotions, because that's going in line with what we're seeing here, that this anxiety. I'm also noticing there's a lot of blue in this whole entire like set. Blue is usually associated with water. This is where I'm starting to kind of like pull at straws, but trust me with the right here. It's associated a lot with water. There's a lot of kind of water imagery, which, like I said, with the cups is associated with your emotions, your intuition. So it's almost like the waters of your mind, of your emotions are being very tumultuous right now. When really, oh, you know what I'm noticing? In all of the cards that are featuring like kind of water ones, everyone is kind of over the water. Actually, here it's not even water. It's just kind of like the blue thing. Everyone is over the water, almost like they're struggling against it, right? Well, the Queen of Cups, she's under the water, but she's chilling. It's almost like what I'm getting from this full spread is that like there might be a struggle against your own emotions, when in reality you shouldn't be struggling in it. You should be kind of like diving into it. You should be kind of accepting those emotions, and that will kind of like help with any kind of anxiety you have with pursuing your goals, pursuing your future. That's what I'm getting. But let's get one more facet out of this, which is the folklore. I'm not too familiar with this right off the top of my head. It looks like it's she looks like she's wearing African garb, some kind of African garb. She's under the water and she has a mermaid tail. Like a part of me wants to say that it reminds me of like Ursula from like Little Mermaid, but we know that the Little Mermaid is represented by the Fool. So I'm curious about the Queen of Cups. Oh, it's a deity. I have not heard of this one. Hey, Sime. Nice. Let me know if this helps with the notes you're taking. So, Yemoja. This is from Nigeria. It's a Yoruba deity. The Queen of Cups represents the surface of the subconscious. The goddess Yemoja connects those on lands to the depth of the spiritual plane. She is mysterious but also a kind and caring mother. So upright femininity, warmth, empathy, a counselor, intuition. Reversed, immaturity, selfishness, smothering, sulking, and spite. So, there's a couple of alternative interpretations right there. That like maybe this is showing, because usually when you see like the Queen cups, it also represents like I associate with like passivity. Yeah. It's the Filipino one, the Page of Cups. Yeah, it's the legend of Bakunawa and the Seven Moons. So I haven't drawn that one yet, but I do want to. But usually when you draw like a Queen card, it also represents the feminine like side of that theme. So like the feminine side of emotions, right? In a positive way that depicts like being sensitive to your emotions, kind of like what I said earlier. So like being in touch with your emotions, being in touch with your intuition. If it's reversed, then this means that you are not in tune with it. You are not in touch with it. You might not even be letting the intuition or the emotions like influence you. So all in all, what I'm getting from this spread is that like there's an anxiety that's leading to, like I said, stagnation or loss of direction. But the solution to it, or something that can kind of help you with your future, is to kind of like listen a little bit more to that intuition. Instead of battling against the waves, try to dive in instead. Be more intuitive, listen more to your emotions, listen more to your intuition. The thing is, like, water is also associated with like mysticism and stuff. That's not necessarily me being like, look into mysticism, but maybe it could also be like maybe you tuning into this tarot stream. Maybe you asking for a tarot card reading is like the start of that, you know? Cuz like, you know, like we're I don't know where I stand when it comes to like superstition and stuff. I have a funky relationship with it. But sorry, I keep burping. But like this could be like kind of the start of just exploring like how you can get in touch with your intuition more. For me, like I said in the rolling marquee down below, that I use the tarot as like for reflection and introspection. So I don't see it as mystical at all. For me, I just see it as like this is helping me direct my thoughts. So maybe tarot could be one way that you could direct your thoughts, but you could also do other stuff like journaling, talking to someone about it. If you have a therapist, talk to your therapist, that kind of thing. But yeah, that is what I'm getting out of this reading. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any follow-ups, if that makes sense, or if this just does not make sense at all. But yeah, there's your reading. There's your 3-card reading. Yeah, let me know what you think. And then Sime, I see that you entered into the chat. Let me know if I did close the queue. But if you're interested in a tarot card reading, I could do one more. And then I'll probably call it. Yeah, no problem. Alright, in that case, I'm going to put these cards away. I'm going to wait for Sime's, only if you want, Sime. If not, like, no worries at all. Don't want to pressure you. Also, let me take a sippy of my... Well, now it's melted, but like my horchata. Okay, cool. Actually, instead of hopping into the queue, I already closed it anyway. I'll just give you the reading right now. So don't worry about the queue, because you will be the last one. And if anyone else enters, and too bad, my voice is going. So yeah, we'll do a 1-card reading for Sime. And then I think from there we'll call it. I did want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, but like I said, I feel my voice going. And besides, we could talk about that another time. I'm already planning my schedule for next week, by the way. I'm thinking... I had a fun time with the Just Chatting stream where you guys just showed me artwork. And I just talked about that. We could do that again. I'm thinking on Monday... I even have a name. I'm thinking of just calling it Art Appreciation, kind of like Art Appreciation 101. Might want to do something like that. So let me know if you guys are interested. For that, you could pretty much send me... I have to think of a way for you guys to send me pictures. It can either be through like Discord DMs, or if you have me on Twitter, you can like tag me, or use a what you called? A hashtag. But I don't know, maybe that's something that art appreciation stream is fun. Yay. Yeah, it was you, right? That sent me that one picture with the was it Javanese or like it was like the couple with like kind of the warrior and the dancer garb. It was really nice. Was that you? Yeah, the Sayang. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me shuffle a little bit faster. Yeah, that was great. I'm down to do that. I'm down to do that again. That kind of art analysis. Still rent free in your head? Yeah. I'm always down for that. And let me flip it and reverse it. Okay. So let's do our last draw for Sime. Actually, right away, this card kind of jumped out at me. Oki. Oh, cool. Okay, so we got the Hierophant. This is a card I'm very familiar with, like with the traditional imagery, but not this imagery. This looks really interesting. This looks like indigenous American. Are you thinking to visit the National Gallery? Oh, please do. Let me know how that goes. If you find any cool artwork that you're allowed to take pictures of, let me know. But yeah, so you have drawn the Hierophant. Right away, the traditional reading of the Hierophant is, let's see, wait a second, that's not green. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, man. Not everything is a JoJo reference. But yeah, so the Hierophant is traditionally connected to, well, traditions. But things kind of like, you think of like, tradition, but sometimes in the sense of like overwhelming or like the rules, like what has always been like the rules or what's always been like the societal expectations. So it can usually be like a pretty negative card if you're someone that doesn't like abiding by the rules, or if you feel like societal pressure to be a certain way. This is usually what that card represents. It represents like authority, rules, and stuff like that. So that's that. Thinking about the imagery, I'm seeing like Native American, yeah, like indigenous American, and she's dressed in traditional garb, but she also has this bull skull. That's a very hard thing to say, bull skull. Cough, oh no. So yeah, usually this is associated with authority, but now I want to check out what the mythology or the folklore is. Also, one thing to note is her pose. I remember when I took an illustration class, I had a professor that was very much like, never turn in a composition that is perfectly symmetrical. Like, he hated perfectly symmetrical. And to be fair, this isn't perfectly symmetrical because of her, this part over here. It looks like a peace pipe. She's holding a peace pipe over here. It's not perfectly symmetrical. She also has a flower here, but oftentimes the reason why my illustration teacher hated like symmetry is because it represents things like authority. It represents like the status quo, and it represents things that are never changing. Like, yeah, it's stable and it's secure, but it's also never changing. So my illustration teacher like kind of hated that. So he was also like, it has to be dynamic. It has to be like, you know, like really cool to look at. But let's see what the tail is. So this is the White Buffalo Woman, North Dakota Lakota deity. The Hierophant is a divine figure, teacher who shares the rules, rites, and rituals to follow as a community. There's a place for everyone and everyone in their place. She encourages the comfort and support of the group, the path well trodden. Upright is conformity, compassion, social approval, tradition, and legacy. Reversed, it's a bucking trends, vulnerability, feeling adrift, and blind faith. So this is a bit of a more optimistic optimistic reading of the card. Because for me, like I said, like I've associated it with like tradition, but the kind that's very stifling, that's very like hard to like move around in. Whereas like the way that the book reads it, and the way that like it has this Lakota deity, is that she represents the comfort of having like a tradition, the comfort of having like a community and a set of rules and a path that is so they use the phrase well trodden, as in like it's a path that's been traveled so much because you know it's safe. So that is like another way to read this card, is like the comforts of treading the same path over and over, the comfort of tradition, the comfort of the old ways. So that's another way to read it. And then I like what you said in the chat. It looks symmetrical, but in hindsight it does have rebelling vibes. So it's almost like saying like, yes, you can abide by the rules, but there are also ways that you can make it your own. There's the flower that's kind of like decorating her. There's the peace pipe over here that shows that like peace is not necessarily boring. Peace can be like a nice rest from chaos, right? Some other things that I'm seeing is that like, oh, there's some really nice imagery here. Like there's the red background, but also this very peaceful foreground. There's the bull skull. Bull skull. It is so hard to say that phrase. Bull. The skull of a bull. The skull of a bull. Which can represent like the desert. It can represent death. It can represent like hostility, like a hostile environment. And yet it's in this place that is flourishing. It has plants. It has these waves of wind. It has the spirit in it. So hello, Vij413. Let me know how to say your name, but hello. We are actually at the tail end. You're Viz, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So hello. So Card Sun seems to be saying, kind of saying I should have more hope on people in society. Yeah, if that's one way to read it. Definitely. So yes. That there's plenty of ways to read it, but what I'm getting from it is like conformity, society, tradition, but like there are some positives to it. There is some security into it. So hopefully that makes sense for you. Hopefully that's fine with you. Let me know if you have any questions. In the meantime, so Viz, nice to meet you. Unfortunately, we are nearing the end of the stream. I have closed the queue already, but I will try to be doing tarot streams every week, either every Friday or every Saturday, depending on your time zone. So yeah, sorry about that. The queue is closed, but feel free to come back sometime next week. I think I'm gonna be doing, yeah, I'll be doing it next week. So sorry about that. You caught me right at the tail end of it. My voice is already, it's fading fast. But thank you for stopping by. But yeah, C-May, let me know if that makes sense. I still gotta think more about this. Yeah, of course. Oh, thanks for the follow, Viz. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try and do a tarot reading every week. And yeah, I'm glad you like the layout as well. Yeah, take as much time as you need to think about it, C-May. Let me know if you have any questions, even after the stream ends. If you want to DM me or anything about it, feel free. I could do even like an extra reading if you want for you during another time when my voice isn't going. But yeah, otherwise, I'd say that that's it for today. Thanks everyone who joined in, everyone who asked for a tarot reading. Today was really fun. It always is. So, I think this is actually... Oh no, I still have another stream tomorrow. I have another stream tomorrow, but it is not tarot. It is hieroglyphs. We are learning Egyptian hieroglyphs. So, the only thing is that it is at 8 a.m. PST. That's 1 a.m. JST. So, I don't know how many people are going to be able to tune in, but hopefully that'll be enjoyable, though. It'll also be a nice chill stream. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Let's see who we can raid into. I know that the Profussy is streaming right now. Let me go ahead and stop raids. And then let's see who is streaming right now. Most likely it's going to be Professor Lando, but maybe we can raid someone else. Oh, a lot of people are actually streaming right now. So we can... Who should we... Give me a second. Okay, so to be fair, I did raid Professor Lando yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and raid someone else. We're gonna be raiding a friend of mine, Mega Bronson. So go ahead and say hi. He's a regular in this chat as well, so feel free to support him. He's playing Lethal Company. I feel like a lot of people are playing Lethal Company today. So yeah, Armus collab too. There's so many to juggle. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, let's go ahead and raid Mega Bronson. Say hi to him for me. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm gonna eat those tamales. Oh yeah, sorry Matthew. Next time, okay? Next time. I'll be doing LC. Yeah, Lethal Company is fun. Yeah, sorry about that, Matthew, but feel free to either review the VOD or I'll be doing a tarot stream next week too. So, no worries, no worries. Enjoy the eats. I will. But we're gonna go ahead and raid Mega Bronson right now. But otherwise, have a good rest of your day, evening, afternoon, all of those. And I'll see you all when I see you all. Thank you.